Hi, it's Jen
and Erica,
and we're coming to you from my backyard, and it's a beautiful day, and we're just kind of testing the sweater weather to see what our sweater tolerance is for the low 60s for Rhinebeck, because we've already looked at the forecast. It's looking pretty good, but yeah. Anyway, we brought a bunch of knits that we're thinking about packing maybe, and we're going to talk about Rhinebeck a little bit. What do you think? Yeah?
Yeah. This will be our third year going together. Your fifth?
Yes, that's right. Is that right? Yeah. So we have some experience, and it turns out a little different every year, I think. It's always a little bit different, but that's the fun of it. And we plan a little bit. I mean, we plan with our packing, and then everything else we kind of go with the flow, but we do have some plans, and we just thought we'd share. You know, we have some yarn we might be looking for. We're not hardcore, like we have to have this at this booth at this time right away in the morning. But I don't know, we're flexible planners, maybe? What would you call us?
Yeah, I think if maybe you're supposed to share tips at the end, but I think my biggest tip we'll just get right into it, is just go with the flow. And I think my favorite part of Rhinebeck is, you know, if you go on Friday, then you've got 3 days of just full knitting immersion, right? Everyone around you are knitters. Everything that you're talking about is knitting. Everything that you're doing is knitting. We check in with our partners and families, but I think the 95% of what we do that weekend is knitting related. And for me, that's the fun part. We'll share our list, but I think we're just really flexible and laid back. Like, we've got our tickets to things, and we know where we're going to go. But once we get there, I think we're just like there. And if we get tired, then we take a coffee break. And yeah, I think we're just really flexible.
Yeah. And we travel well together because of that. I think we're the same. We have the same expectations. We want to see everything. We want to enjoy everything. We want to take breaks when we want to take breaks, but we don't take a lot of breaks. Historically, we pretty much do it all. We fit it all in, but we're also relaxed about it. Yeah, kind of, I would say. And we get up at the same time in the morning. I mean, I'm a little bit high maintenance where I have to shower every morning, but I try to be done in 15 minutes, totally done. I don't dry my hair. I try to be fast, but we both need coffee. Yeah, we both have to go to the bathroom at similar times. So it all kind of works out, I think, with us. The way we travel and it is total knitting immersion. So if you are somebody who doesn't want to do that the whole time, I think that is different, and that does change the trip. Like, if you wanted to hang back and not go to some of the events and hang out in the cabin, that is a different type of thing where we kind of don't want to miss stuff that is happening. We want to go. Erica's favorite line is like, "We'll sleep when we're dead," right? Is that right? Did I get it right? But
yeah, we're there. We've paid money and time to get there, and we might as well do all the things while we're there, and then I guess we can relax when we get home.
Yeah,
or when we get to New York City.
That's true, right? Which we never relax there either. Yeah. We always add on a couple days at the end to enjoy the city, which I really think is awesome. We're from Iowa. If we're there, we want to experience all of it, the upstate stuff and the city stuff. So I think it's cool that we work that all in. And if we're there, we got to do it all. So that is kind of what we try to do.
I think, too, I found out about myself that if I have high expectations, like we're going to do this at this time and we have to do it, and I'm very regimented, then when things don't happen, I get really disappointed. And so if I have low expectations, like we're just going to go, we're going to have a great time either way, then that always happens. And we always tend to find fun things along the way. So I think just being really chill and nice to ourselves, and like, we don't try and get to the fairgrounds like right at opening. Right. We usually go like at 10 or 11 when we roll in, and we still feel like we have plenty of time.
That's so
to
true.
See people, and
the first year we were together, we stumbled upon the alpaca parade. You know, that wasn't planned. We know
we were on the way to the bathroom.
Right. I just happened to see the whole thing, and so it's like happy accidents like that. And there is a schedule. You can look and plan out your day a little bit better. But you know, we're like, let's go get donuts because we feel like it right now, or let's go. You know, but we don't have to do things in a certain order. We're not running to a certain booth to beat the crowd or anything like that. I'm the same way where I don't have expectations of having to have one special thing like beyond our Sock Hill Farm yard, which will be there.
Yes.
We know that's not like a risk of disappearing, so we know we can get what we want, do what we want, have fun. The whole experience is just being there and having fun along the way, and yeah, that's kind of our approach, and I think that fits us and our lifestyles and our expectations.
Well, and I think too, a lot of vendors have picked up on that as well, that mania, and trying to help lessen the wait time at their booths, so you can order things ahead of time to just pick up. I think I did Katrinkle's pre-order, and so I want my little stitch marker that says Rhinebeck 2024 on it, and so I pre-ordered that, and we'll probably pick it up on Sunday when it's slower and not crazy. And
yeah, there's things like that we figured out. Like, we know now Sunday is a little bit slower than Saturday. If you're not in a hurry to get something, it is kind of easier to shop on Sunday. We are kind of doing tips first, and that's okay.
Yeah, sorry.
It's just coming to mind.
Right into it.
As we do it. I was going to order, I haven't pre-ordered Katrinkle's yet, but I
think
will.
Tomorrow's the last day.
Oh, I better do it. I want the little bag tag, the little Rhinebeck. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I think I ordered all the things. And also, hot tip, if you order everything ahead of time, then you spend less money and you have more budget for yarn when you're there.
That's true.
I already spent it. This is Iowa money. It's not vacation money.
Right. It doesn't count. Yeah, picking things up is like, ooh, a treat.
Free. A gift. I bought myself a gift.
That's so true. Yes. Should we talk about what we're wearing?
Oh, yes,
and
now?
Then we'll get into it. Yeah.
Okay. I am wearing the Muse tee by wait, no, I've got it all.
That's okay.
Melanated Boho.
Yes.
I've switched it. And this was knit with a variety of stash yarns. There's some Haiku Kenzie in there. There is this crazy mohair, I guess. Yeah. It's like a curly mohair of some sort from a vintage estate sale.
Nice.
And then there's like a cream DK in there that I think actually came from my grandma's stash.
Wow.
When she passed away.
So it's 3.
Yeah, there's
held
3.
together.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So it's a little thick, so it adds a little weight, I think. But I like it. It's good.
So cute.
Yeah, I'm still figuring out how to style it. I don't think I've nailed it, but
I think it's good.
We'll get it next time. We'll figure it out.
I like it. I'm wearing the Aperture sweater by Alicia Plummer, and I used Noro. Cannot remember which Noro, but
it's that big ball.
Yeah, a giant ball of Noro that is in these natural colors. It's like a cream, a black, and a couple of different oatmeal browns. And I love this. It's just a super basic, like, hood, sweatshirt type throw on, and I wanted to test it. It's one of my warmer sweaters, so I was testing it. It's like 64, 65 right now, and that is kind of the high in Rhinebeck most of the days, I think, that are on the 12 day, or what is it, the 20, how many days out? We're getting down to the, it's on the forecast on the Weather Channel, so I think it looks like low 40s, low 60s, like between there, and there is, when we've done it before, chillier mornings, chilly evenings, and so there will be sweater time for sure, and I'm going to be wearing a sweater no matter if it's warm or whatever. I don't care. I'm always cold anyway. Like this, even I don't feel warm right now.
It was warm in the sun.
Yes,
but when we got in the shade, it feels great.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I'm not worried about. I think it's going to be sweater weather. I just hope it doesn't rain like last year, which we made it work anyway. We're ready for whatever weather happens. Like, we're gonna tough it out no matter what, but I think it's looking good this year, and
but honestly exciting. I would take the rain over the heat.
True.
So I don't want it to be 80 as long as it's not 80.
That's true.
I mean, if it's 80 I'll be happy anyway, right? But
sure,
80 would be not great.
It would feel weird because the leaves are so beautiful. It does feel it's such a fall environment there. Like, you can see here, it's still a little green. It's so different there. And you want to be wearing your sweaters, so I will, no matter what.
Yeah. It'll be fine. Whatever happens will be fine, right? We were freaking out last year, and we just kept saying, whatever happens, it'll be fine, we'll make the best of it.
And it wasn't that bad.
It was fine. Yeah.
We had like a mini umbrella and our rain jackets, and we were good.
We survived.
Coffee.
Yeah, as long as we have coffee and knitting, we'll be fine.
It's part of the experience. But yeah, do you want to talk about what you might be packing? Or do you know for sure what you're packing?
Oh, God, no.
Okay. I thought you might be ahead of me. I don't know what I'm packing either. But we have some ideas that we thought we'd share.
Do you want to start with accessories or you want to start with?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Sure. Whatever.
So I guess the thing, well, I don't know what these are called because they're old. So these will come. I bring these every year. I think they might be like wavelength or something. But the pattern is on my Ravelry page. Feel free to creep. But fingerless gloves, always handy. So those are definitely coming. And then I think my hat selection will be determined by my sweater. And some of these are old, some of them are new. But like if I could work this limey green in, that would be amazing.
I love that one. That's the side-to-side garter.
Yes, that is the side-to-side garter, the Dune hat. And
it's spelled D-U-N.
D-U-N. And here's it in gray.
Oh my gosh. I love them
you guys.
both. They look like different hats.
Right? They totally do. Yeah.
Okay, fold it up because I want to see them side by side.
It's a little brim.
I'll hold one. You can hold one.
That one's a little bit floofier.
These are amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, now they look more. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that one might be bigger.
Yeah. But
yeah.
different yarn combos, I think, too. Those are really fun.
Yeah. This one is Kenzie and a mohair, and then this is Wool Dreamers Moda.
Oh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Leftover from the cat sweater that we'll talk about.
We'll get to it.
And then Parkside hats.
The one I always say wrong. I have said, I always put camp.
Everything.
I always put camp in it. Base camp and campside.
Campfire.
Parkside. I'm making one of these too. But yeah, let's put these up too.
I think that one's the one I'm leaning towards.
I love this one.
Just because the color is a little bit more.
Look at the specks of
flexible,
colors.
Maybe.
I love this. And then your purple is left from our Cordy.
Yep. Who doesn't love a purple?
So I've got a yellow one in the works like this. We could have our matching yellow and purple hats with us.
That would be really fun.
Okay, what is this called again? Parkside.
Parkside, yep.
I really do make up a lot of different names for this in the past. I've made up several.
Peace Fleece, man. My favorite.
That makes a good hat.
Yeah, Peace Fleece is great.
The structure of it, the ribbing, the warmth, all those things. It hits every mark. Mm-hmm. I do really like the one with speckles, though.
The speckles. Yeah. And then this is just Essential Beanie with yarn from Rhinebeck last year.
Hold that closer too.
Oh, sorry.
I bought yarn similar to this at the same booth, and mine's more brown, but I love the different colors in that too. And it really looks nice with the rib. Awesome.
Yeah, I like that one. And then these are oldies but goodies. I think I brought these both last year, but do you have like, these are like my comfort knits. When I feel uncomfortable, I just put my comfort my emotional support hat on, and
and they look good. Like
and I just feel like real.
I love this one with
cozy,
the green and black mix, and it has a little fuzz. Are these the same pattern? No. These are different.
No, that one.
I see
the.
I
think that one's the Chesley toque by the same person that did the Cordy.
Oh,
that's the same designer, one of them.
Cool.
And then I have no idea about this one.
That's
sorry,
okay.
guys.
That's okay.
So sorry.
I'll put Erica's Ravelry below and my Ravelry, and you can go check out all our projects there. Because it's too many to list, and we can't remember everything, and that's okay. That's a lot of hats.
Yeah. But right now, I think I'm leaning towards
the new ones.
One of these. Yeah. Because I wore those ones last year to shake it up. I'm wearing, like, we were talking about this earlier. So in my day life, I work at a zoo, and I wear jeans and a logo shirt every day. And so my like non-zoo wear is, I have a lot of it, but I don't wear a lot of it. So it's very limited in what I like. So I'm wearing a lot of the same things. So I wore last year, the same coats, the same long sleeve shirts, again, if it works, it works for me. And so I can shake up my hats. That seems like a
can.
safe thing to do.
You have a lot of new ones that
Yeah.
are really good.
So I think I really want to bring this one.
I love that one.
And I really want to bring this one, but also it's lime green, so it's not going to go with a lot of things. So
But you
this
have a
probably,
black coat.
yeah.
I think you need it. I
This
think you need
seems
all
more
three.
strategic. Oh my gosh. That's why we end up with 8,000 things.
We try desperately every year not to overpack, and I'm the worst out of anyone. But it's so difficult because you do want to have options,
Yeah.
and you want different warmth levels and different outfits for different parts of the. Because there's a lot of events happening that we're going to too, so you want the right things. And if it's cold in the evening, you don't want to be freezing, and you want to wear your cozy stuff. It's like you
Well,
want
and I
to
want
bring
to
it all.
wear all of my knitwear.
Yeah,
I want to share all of my knitwear and show it off.
this
And
is the time.
Yeah. I feel
no-
it's like the knitting Olympics.
It is. There's no better opportunity to show off all your favorites than
Yeah.
this time. So
When you're with all of your knitting friends.
yeah,
Okay, what are your accessories?
accessories. Okay, mine are all don't like none of them go together at all. Yeah. So I've got some socks. I mean, I've got, let's see, these are Andrea Mowry, the fluorite socks that I made a long time ago that I love though. I love these, and I just love the little yellow popping out of my blundstones at the top. Let's bring them a little closer.
ones are
They're
so
like
good.
a little bunched up from being balled up in my drawer, but I love these.
Was
And
that one skein of yarn or
This is
color?
3 or 4
Okay.
small skeins from Lobby and May, and she had a kit,
Nice.
like a fluorite kit that was so pretty, and it's like they're knit inside out. I believe we knit them inside out on purpose. Like you knit the stockinette, obviously, and then you flip it to wear it, and you seam everything on the inside. I just remember that was such a fun. It's like the Find Your Fade era, 'cause these are kind of older, and so I'm bringing those always, and then I'm gonna bring my. Oh yeah, I have these that are like slippers, slipper socks, you know, that are a little bit big to wear inside of a shoe or a boot. They're okay though. Like in the winter, I totally do. But this is a sandness pattern. I think it might be a petite knit Sunday sock. Not totally sure. Made with sandness yarn Sunday. But I love these just for almost like when you're done with your day and your feet hurt and you want to be cozy.
For
And
the
then-
cabin.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a cabin. I cannot wait to show you. It's such a cute cabin. Like
Cabin in the woods.
we kind of went for it this year, and it has a hot tub and a fire pit, and it's like it's a dream. It is so nice. I cannot wait to see it in real life. I'm gonna bring my fair socks that I made, the West Knits Contrast Blast, because
So
that'll be
good.
my first time actually wearing them, so I'm saving them for that. And then I just have, this is like a basic hat that I probably could write up the pattern. I've just made this hat a million times in super bulky. This is 3rd piece yarn, that really nice, soft, chunky yarn. This is a nice, cozy hat. If your ears are actually cold, like this one keeps you warm. This is a design I did for Farm and Fiber Knits, and this is in Blue Sky Fibers wool stock yarn, which is a really good worsted and really great for color work. And just an easy, basic unisex hat that I did, I think, this past year. I don't know. I knit it a long time ago, and then I think it came out this year, this winter. Just an old 1x1, I don't even know,
That's good.
with Madeline Tosh worsted, some maybe Tosh vintage, maybe? I'm not sure. This is, oh, I remember. This is a 2 of Wands pattern that I'll look up. But yeah, it's one of those. There's a lot of the 1x1 rib hats. This is another, this is like the Steve Zissou red from Pancake and Lulu. She dyed this for her Wes Anderson series of
You were
yarns.
knitting that at Rhinebeck last year.
Yes, I was. This was my travel project last year. Now I
Jen
have a
showed up
little
with like this much of the hat done. And she's like, I am going
I'm
to
gonna
wear
knit
this
this
in New York,
whole hat.
New York City when we go.
This year. But it is a really cute. This has the decreases like our
Yeah.
what's it called?
Parkside.
Not Parkside.
Mm-hmm.
It has those central decreases that kind of go off into 2 directions, and I really like that style.
It's good.
So that makes a good hat. And then this is the hipster hat by Petite Knit, made in Brooklyn tweed. That's like a 2x2 rib. This is my comfort hat, that like yours, like I always know this looks good and feels good and is warm. And then I have a sheepy hat. There's a name for this.
Oh, it was
Everybody's
from
made
Woolen,
this.
like
Yeah.
7 or 8 years ago.
Airplane. We live on the flight path to the airport. So just a moment. But yeah, this was for Wool Week. Everybody has made one of these. I was going to say sheep camp, but that's that sweater.
It's probably like the ba hat or something.
Right.
Like, I feel like it has a very sheepy name.
And you make like all the sheep except for one in the same color, and this little guy is in the darker color. And this came with a kit that I got at Fiberpalooza here in Winterset, Iowa. And I love this. Is from a farm, and it has all their sheepy naturals. And this is a really nice warm one that is just kind of cute to wear to a sheepy festival.
I love that pattern. I should knit another one.
You should.
I knit an orange and like blue one a long time ago when it first came out.
It's an old pattern for sure.
And then I knit Ian one that was modeled after the Princess Diana one, where it's like red with the white sheep and then the one
And the black sheep.
black sheep. Yeah.
That was like a big time period of that whole sweater obsession too.
That was great. Mm-hmm.
And then I'll probably just bring a Sophie scarf.
Oh yeah.
This was made from Lavender Loons, one of her bases. I cannot remember which one of her DKs. And I love this gold green. It's like so pretty, and I made that in like a day. So that gives me hope that I can make that other scarf that I want, which is not in this gauge at all. You know, but I have just a little neck thing just in case it's chilly, or in New York City, in the city sometimes it's windier. So it's nice to have one little layer that's really easy to throw on just in case.
That color is really good.
It is so good. I knew I had to have it. Like, I didn't even care what I did with it, but I knew this was the perfect project. It's really soft. Yeah. And there's an airplane. Sorry. But yeah, this is really cute. That's my Sophie. And that's all my accessories.
I forgot.
Oh, yes.
Just finished this. It's the pressed flowers kerchief, I think.
I think so. Or bandana or kerchief. Probably a kerchief.
It's something.
Little.
It's so good, you
I'll hold
guys.
It's so cute.
It turned out like 8,000 times better than I was expecting.
I love
with that
this.
limey green.
Let's take it. It's so cool.
Yeah, we'll have to, I was telling Jen earlier, I have to figure out how to wear it. I think like this, it's just a little bit too short for my comfort to tie it, but I'm thinking of like, we'll keep our eye out for some little knitting device at Rhinebeck maybe, or just like a little skinny hairband. No one's going to see it. So
That's true.
It's got like a nice drape when you give it that. I don't like things on my neck, so.
Would you do a button or knit?
I could do a button.
Or like a clip, or like a shawl clip?
Yeah, but I think I'm like dreaming of that like kerchief tie, you know?
Yes.
Where it like,
the perfect little
it's just got that little
knot.
Yeah, even though I can't do the knot quite because of the length, but I don't know.
Is it already blocked?
It is.
Could you stretch it more?
We-
It is so
We blocked
cute.
it to the extreme to begin with.
I love it. It is really cute.
Yeah. And you know, I thought about doing one more, but then it is changing the whole dimension, right? Like it's not getting, I mean, it is getting wider, but it's also getting longer. And then it's like in shawl territory.
You're not a kerchief anymore.
And it's not a kerchief. I want a kerchief. So, well, we just got to figure out the closure mechanism, I guess.
I like
But
the hair tie idea too, or like a little
just something like a little
to hold
teeny
it.
clip.
so it
you
doesn't
know,
slide off too.
And I also need, this is on my shopping list, again, jumping forward, but I need like a really basic shawl pin. Like I don't want any embellishments on it. I don't want it to be fancy. I literally just want like a U. So that's on my shopping list this year.
That's the place to look for stuff like that, like weird random buttons and fasteners and shawl, anything. Yeah, that's kind of like the treasure hunt of the whole experience too. Yeah, because we don't even know specifically what booth that would be at, but it exists there for sure somewhere.
But yeah, so this is definitely going.
That's for sure.
Put that in the
love that.
definite pile.
And if it's kind of warm one day, that's your knitted.
My knitted item.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be so bummed if we went and then it was too hot to wear any knitwear. Like I would just suffer.
I have that first year I went and you weren't there yet. I do think it was in the 80s, and a lot of people were wearing sweaters with shorts, which we were like, yes, do it. Nope. Everybody was wearing sweaters. everyone.
Yeah.
There was a couple people with this type of, this is my
Oh,
Rhinebeck,
yeah.
like a t-shirt. This is your backup. Like you can wear it with your little kerchief.
Yes.
Or my Sophie.
Yeah, we'll have
you know,
to go
if we
get
have
one.
to, we'll put this around our waist, you know. But I did suffer that year, not suffer, but kind of in a Lopi cardigan, the Mary Jane Mucklestone. I did the, I'll have to think about which one that
on my
was.
list.
But Lopi is surprisingly airy and it lets a little breeze through, and I was fine. I was fine. And sometimes you're in the buildings, and those big buildings are kind of airy, and it wasn't like I wasn't dying of heat, but I don't think it's going to be that warm this time. And it does take a while to get to the high, like in the afternoon, and then you know it gets chilly for our evenings at our cabin. Yay! That I cannot wait for. I cannot wait to have like a fireside knit.
Yeah.
And the hot tub, that's going to be a new experience for us this year. That's going to be so nice because it's so much walking and on your feet, which we love. We're fine with it. And we do try to work in like a little hike somewhere or a little walk in the woods. Whenever we see that opportunity, we take it. But I want to talk about sweaters.
Yeah.
Or what do you have next?
Sweaters. Where to start? So this is a for sure. So we'll start with a for sure.
This is for sure. This is so good.
I'm pretty excited about this. So this is, well, last year, so I don't do a lot of like Rhinebeck specific planning. As you'll see, I just knit what I want to knit throughout the year. Mm-hmm. And then when we get to this point, I'm like, oh my God, what should I take? And last year, I don't know if I didn't feel like my knits were good enough or nothing was like really inspiring me. And Jen was like, I think we were looking through each other's Ravelry pages because we both were like, I don't have anything to wear.
Like you forget what you've made. We both do that.
And so she stumbled upon this buffalo cardigan that I made years ago from an old Mary Maxim pattern. And I wore that and I was like, no one cares about this sweater. It's so like whatever.
It's so cool.
And people were really supportive of my Mary Maxim cardigan.
They stopped her like every 2 minutes. Like everyone, in every event that we went to all these different things, and they were just like, they could not leave you alone about the buffalo sweaters. It's such a good sweater.
And maybe this is like my therapy. I need to be nicer to myself, but I'm like, oh my God, you guys, you like my sweater? Really? That's so nice of you.
It's proof that it doesn't have to be the latest, newest, trendy sweater. No. This is like the oldest, probably most unique sweater that we saw that day because it's such a different era of knitting, and we all love that. So it does stand out. So yes,
So when I got home from Rhinebeck, I guess I was on a high that everyone loved my cardigan.
Because it's so good.
I was very inspired to knit another Mary Maxim pattern that had been in my queue, this wolf cardigan. And the original pattern just has the wolves on the back and then the wolves on the front. And then it had, a couple of paw prints here and there. And I didn't feel like that was quite enough paw prints. So I did some design work and added paw prints to the sleeves. So now it is really intense.
It's so amazing.
But it turned out pretty good.
It's so good. And then it has a zipper.
Yeah, I put a vintage zipper in there. And it is from like...
oh my gosh, it's so cool.
It must be from like a jacket or something, but it is a repurposed zipper, and I had to learn how to shorten the zipper to size, so that was really fun. It's really easy.
And it has pockets.
Yeah, it's got pockets. And so one of the things I would say that I will say I am a good knitter, but I am a lazy knitter, and so
I would disagree with that.
My finishing is not amazing on this. The sleeve plackets don't fit perfectly, and part of that is that you are adapting a pattern from the 50s and 60s to present day. I also chose a different gauge because I wanted the cardigan to be like an everyday wear, as opposed to the original pattern was written more for like an over jacket, and it is a really tight gauge that kind of stands up in the corner.
This is amazing.
So part of that is that I could have fixed it, sure. But that's where my laziness comes in. So
you're being hard on yourself.
I know.
This is amazing. Look how good.
I know. But
look at this.
yeah, so that is definitely going. So you can continue to hold that.
Okay.
Since you're doing such a lovely job.
Thank you.
So I'm
so
trying
cool.
to decide, like,
Oh,
styling.
Yes.
Is that too much?
No,
like, that might
this
be
is
over the top.
No, you have to. This absolutely
All
must.
of the red.
No. I love this. This is the whole vibe.
Because
Yes.
I also have this one, but I feel like
Oh.
this one's a little bit thicker and not quite as fun.
Yeah. No, I love the red with it.
And then by the time you get all the layers on, under that cardigan,
Oh my gosh,
even if it is 60,
This
it's
is
gonna be hot.
so good. This is so perfect.
Yeah, so that one's for sure. That one's probably a Saturday, I would think.
Yes. Oh, I love this.
Yeah, so I think I got one picked out.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that
Oh my gosh,
sweater.
and who doesn't love wolves? They're a very
Right.
important part of our ecosystem. They are a keystone species.
I love. People are going to freak out.
It's fun.
Just be ready. Just like the buffalo sweater.
Yeah, that was wild. I didn't think anyone would care about that
I knew.
weird old sweater.
I knew. I loved it. So yeah. You want to do another one or me?
No, you go.
Okay. My for sure is my 1999. This is the back. This is the sweater I designed just like a month ago, or got it finished a month ago. And this is based on the 90s sweaters from the Gap. And so mine's a little bit different colors, but I used Modern Daily Knitting Atlas and love how it turned out with all these stripes. And it's really comfortable and soft and easy to throw on just with jeans or corduroys or whatever. And so I think this might be my Saturday sweater, maybe. I'm not totally sure which day. It might depend on the forecast too.
Yeah.
But this could be, I think it's just fun to wear all the colors, and I don't
Your
know.
colors turned out so good.
They really did turn out pretty fun, and I'm excited to wear it on its like maiden voyage. And yeah, so that's probably
Yours are so good.
going.
Yeah, I brought mine. I don't know if it's going to make the cut.
That's okay.
I was really true to the original
Yeah.
1999 pattern.
I will put the picture up
And
here.
I don't love the camel ribbing on my face. And I probably, I could go and change it. And maybe I will. Not before Rhinebeck.
I would leave it
But
because it is true to the original.
I do love
Colors.
it. I just don't know if it's going to make the cut. But I
We'll
mean,
look
it would
together.
be so cute.
It'd be a lot of colorful stripes. We'd be easy to find in a crowd. Like,
Yes.
wow, for real. That's a lot.
Yeah.
But
It's a lot.
But yeah, that was kind of Erica's idea, because it was her senior picture sweater and the one she wanted. But she had a different senior picture sweater, but it was almost the same, but it was like of the era. And we talked about that randomly at last Rhinebeck.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I could just write it up and we could knit our own. And then we did that, and that's how that all came about. So
I should wear it because I love a story.
I know, but it is a lot. When you hold them together, you really see, like when we wore our
Yeah,
cordies
so
together,
intense.
everybody was like, whoa,
That was really
Two
fun,
of
though, 'cause
you.
we were opposites.
that was fun.
And that wasn't, I mean, we didn't really plan it. We had no plan for that.
No,
It was just,
that was just
we
the
did a
colors we liked.
New Year's cast on?
Yeah,
Is that how that started?
yeah, like in 2022 probably,
Yeah.
or 20, I don't even know. But yeah, and then we were like, oh, we should wear those at the same time. And then that's kind of, it's fun to kind of do that. A lot of people knit, with a group or with their friends, and I think that is a really fun part of Rhinebeck, that you don't have to, but
Mhm.
you can.
Yeah.
You want to show another one?
Yeah.
I think you have more than me. I don't know.
Well, I
We'll
just
see.
kind of brought everything.
No, it's good.
There aren't enough days. So
There aren't enough days, but I do believe we could knit, or we could wear several sweaters on Friday, because we have so many events to go to, and the weather could change.
that's true.
So I think we could
Outfit
change before India Untangled. Okay, so Friday, we get there Thursday.
This may be our undoing. So
Right.
you guys we'll report back how bad of an idea this is.
But we always do this. We do something similar every year, so it's not too crazy. But we get there Thursday, we can chill, we can hike, we can do whatever, we can get settled into our spot and maybe have a campfire or a hot tub or whatever, and maybe knit. I don't
Go
know.
to the perfect blend.
Go to the perfect blend, which I have a plan for that.
Ooh.
This time finally. Yeah, we fly into New York City. Erica's our brave driver. I'm not so great at city driving, but she's our navigator and she's really good at it. And I thank you so much because without you, I couldn't do it. But she drives us to the Rhinebeck area and we always stop in, is it Poughkeep's? No. Socrates has the perfect blend, which is the shop we always like eat, usually pizza there, and then go to the perfect blend and check out their shop. And I have yarn I need to get there this time. Not that I have to, but I know they'll have it. So that's kind of our starting day, and then we'll get to our Airbnb and get settled in, and we can do whatever we want.
Yep.
Which is nice. Get groceries. We have a plan for that this time too, which is exciting. And then Friday is kind of our big day, honestly. So morning, we have the milk ticket to Cakepalooza, so the morning's time slot. Then we probably have a little break, maybe for coffee and lunch.
Yeah,
and then
there's Starbucks in.
Oh yeah, we've done that before. Starbucks break.
Is that Socrates too? Is that where
I think so.
Okay.
And then go to India Untangled for the afternoon spot there. Early afternoon. And they, from what I've experienced before, have food trucks. So if we don't have time for lunch, we can eat there. That they had really good options the time I was there before.
I've never been there, so I'm excited. I am a creature of habit.
Sure.
Not a big fan of change. I mean, I'll do it, but I got to get ready. But I am really excited to do something new.
It is fun. It's at like a horse barn fairground, so it's a little bit different than the Rhinebeck fairgrounds, and it's kind of open air but sheltered. And then they have these beautiful hillsides. I just remember this with beautiful trees in the background, like a Bob Ross painting in real life. And then they had a bunch of food trucks and lots of tables to sit and eat and chill. And then all the vendors, you know, you can kind of do it all there, and it's very laid back and fun and outdoorsy. So I think you'll like that one a lot.
That'll be good.
And a lot of different vendors too.
Okay.
But some that we know. And then we go to the Woolen Affair in a later afternoon time slot, which is hosted by Brooklyn General and La Vienne May and a bunch of other people. Who else do you remember? That's all I remember off the top of my head.
But she just sent the email out yesterday with all the sponsors on it. Sorry.
And then that's at the Rose Hill Tree Farm?
It's an apple farm. Orchard.
Yes.
But yes.
And we went to the Woolen Affair last year, the evening kind of party that was more of a different, I think they were trying things out maybe last year, and they had like an evening event that was more of a party that we went to at night. We were so tired. Do you remember? We were both like zombies walking into that, and we enjoyed it though. They had beautiful fires outside. It was very music and all kinds of stuff.
It's a really good vibe.
Yeah, it was very beautiful out there too. Yeah, but this time we're doing like the end of the afternoon slot, and we didn't do the evening, but that's probably good because I want to go chill at our cabin after all of that.
And we did have an outfit change last year.
I know, so that was what I was getting to. We
Sorry.
No. We could change anytime in there. Our sweaters and wear like 2 sweaters on Friday. Yeah. To make the most use of our knits. And then a Saturday sweater, a Sunday sweater, maybe one of an evening sweater if we have an evening plan in there. Because we had dinner plans last year with some friends.
Oh, that's
right. So we could maybe wear one more sweater if we wanted to fit it all in.
I feel like at that point, though, we were just ready to go in our pajamas.
This is true.
We're coming in our stretchy pants.
Yeah, that's like a sweatpants tonight. For sure. But okay, what are your other ideas for sweaters?
So this is the Kava by Thea Coleman, knit in Sock Hill yarn, purchased last year. And this one is just amazing. The texture is great. The pattern is great. The yarn is like perfect. And last year we kind of had a list of things, but not really that we wanted to buy. And they had one of the staff members or owners of Sock Hill had this on.
That's
someone
right.
in the booth.
In my color. In my navy color, right?
Yeah. And I was like, what is that? I need it. How much yarn? And it's great. It is beautiful. I think it's probably one of my favorite knits from last year and probably one of my most heavily worn.
This is definitely one of my favorites that you've ever made, and I'm obsessed with it, and I want to make one now.
Yeah.
And this one, State Fair ribbons. a lot of the knits she's going to show. Erica won big at our Iowa
such
State
a good
Fair.
hype lady.
I mean, I love this texture, and this is the yarn to do texture in. This is what this is
really
the yarn that I'm using for my Gibb sweater as well. And it's like we were talking about it, like a sturdy wool that holds up, and it shows texture so well. So when you want a plain pullover with the details in the texture like this, it is the perfect yarn, and we both recommend the Sock Hill. This is the worsted. It might be a 3-ply, but I don't know. It's on their website too.
Yeah.
You can get it not at Rhinebeck. You can order from their website. I just saw it's on there too. But it is fun to go get it and have it be our New York sheep yarn. They're from Red Hook, and I love their colors, and I love this specific worsted.
This is
and I love this
dreamy,
sweater.
dreamy knit. So I feel this is a high contender, I think.
I would agree.
But also very warm, so.
True. Like that and my Gibb could be friends on a day.
Yeah.
Maybe. Not that we have to dress alike.
No, that'd be good.
But sometimes it's kind of fun.
I have Gibb on my shopping list in your yarn.
And I have, vice versa. Because now we've seen each other's, it's like, or we could borrow each other.
There you go. It's also really convenient when you have a friend knit something, because you could be like, give that to me so I can try it on.
That's true. That's true, because I would want to know what size that is.
Yeah.
And
It's
same with mine.
You go first.
That's true.
And then I don't have to do any of the work or research on my own.
I do love
You've already
that.
done it for me.
And we know yarn quantities that way as well, which is pretty convenient for shopping. Yeah, we're good like co-shoppers too. We, keep it in check, but also give lots of feedback, and I support, and I always say yes. So maybe I'm not a good friend to go with. But
Jen is a dangerous shopping partner.
I might enable this a little
the
bit.
The hype is too strong in the shopping.
I'm just positive.
You are very positive.
Okay. Another one I kind of forgot about. This is so fall vibes. This is my crowberry sweater.
Really good.
And it's such a fall color palette that I really might need to bring this one. This is by Helene Magnuson for the Modern Daily Knitting Field Guide. I don't remember which number it was, but it was the more recent one from last year. And we did a little knit along, and it has like little crowberries knit into the cuffs and the yoke. And it's all in Istex Let Lopey. And I did a couple different greens in here. I added some different colors to the original, but this is kind of the original colorway. But I do love this. It fits really well. It's really cozy, but it is kind of light. It doesn't look like it, but it is.
Yeah, Lopey is light.
It's lightweight. And it has a little bit longer back, just a little bit, with the shaping. It has some short rows in the back that make it a more cropped front and longer back. So that's tempting because it's just really easy to throw on with jeans. And I love the little bobble texture up here with the berries. And this is kind of different colors for me, but it's such fall, nice, like the tree leaves, that we all freak out about. So that might be coming. And this is the person I'm going on the Iceland hike with. This is Helene Magnuson that leads the hikes in Iceland. That was just in the New York Times. There's like this whole beautiful story about all the Icelandic tourism and all the things they teach there and how that's becoming a really big thing. And so I'll probably wear this to Iceland because it's her design.
You have to.
Yeah, so it is kind of fun to wear something so fallish though. So that's possibly.
I like that one. Those greens, you really nailed the greens.
Yeah, it is based on the Icelandic moss, and that was her inspiration for that, and the berries like mixed in. So maybe this.
Sounds good. I think I brought too many.
No, I want to see everything.
So here's the Nocturnal.
This is a must.
Jen loves this one. I do too.
This was the blue ribbon winner at the state fair. Like the best in show category of color work, right? Multi-color color. Okay, I'm coming up.
Yeah. I love that one. That's with the Wool Dreamers Moda.
It is perfect.
And I mean, who doesn't love a black cat? It's black cat season.
Oh my gosh.
I have a black cat. I keep telling her this is her time to shine.
This is baby Emma.
Yeah, it is baby Emma.
Her real life black cat.
She's so naughty.
I love this.
Yeah, that
with the
color play.
You have to wear this. I'm sorry, people are going to stop you again. Please, 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 you have to wear this. It is the time of year. It is such an October.
True. It is
Fall perfect
I remember this came out like right at Halloween last year. And we were still at Rhinebeck drowning in all of the yarn that we had purchased. And I was like, oh my God, I have to order this like as soon as I get home.
I remember that, and you did, and then there was like a delay, right?
Yeah,
on some of
it
like,
got
the black
stuck
or something.
in shipping,
right?
Customs or whatever.
It took a little longer. Yeah. This is the petite knitter, is that right?
The petite knitter, yes.
I love this. Look, I don't want to give it back.
No, it's nice and cropped too. I like a good crop. I'm very into crop sweaters.
Jeans.
Yeah,
like it's such a good outfit. I highly vote. You can make your own choices, but I vote for that.
Too many knits.
I love that one so much. Yeah. Just have to say.
It's a good one.
I love that one. I love the rib at the bottom. And the
yes. I tried to make it short sleeve, remember that? And it just didn't work out.
Huh.
Played around with making it like a little shell. Kind of like this.
Yeah.
Fit, but it just took away from me. Yeah.
It's fall. As the oak leaves fall on our pile.
Right?
I might bring warmthness because it's really fun to wear. This color is so much fun. This is like, you've seen this before, but it was last winter and it's been like a little bunched up in my, look at that. See, that's fun. And I thought I could maybe wear this to the Woolen Affair because Labienne and May is going to be there, and this is her yarn, and that was kind of a little fun collab. And they were so nice to send me this yarn, and so I don't know. I just think it's a color I like to wear. This is really fun with jeans.
That would be a great idea for Woolen Affair.
So maybe Friday night.
Dressier too.
Yeah, or Friday. Yeah, not night, but the afternoon. Yeah, and maybe to Indie Untangled too, just because people are like, "What is that?"
Yeah,
that was the State Fair reaction by the judges. Like, "What is that weird sweater?" So that's maybe Friday. Excuse the truck.
People's cars.
Yeah.
Okay, I just have one more sweater and a vest. So this is the Tendy sweater. And I think when I see all the other sweaters, this one isn't that exciting, but it is
still so good.
The colors are amazing, and the fit turned out really nice.
It's perfect. I'll take it up.
It's good.
Ugh. I love these greens, the yellow and the green, or the yellow green.
Yeah, and I feel like it was such a process picking those colors that.
Well, Ian was a good influence.
Yeah, my partner he is a color master, and he picked these colors immediately, and I fought him every step of the way. I ordered alternate colors to prove him wrong.
Right, I forgot that.
And then
did you get blues?
I got blues. Yeah, I really wanted blues with that like cool kind of gray, and it just wasn't as good. And he's right. He was right.
He was right.
Should have believed him.
And this is the one I'm knitting in cream and 2 different reds, and I'm not done. And I started way before you, but I started like last winter. But it just got stalled. It's just still sitting in there. It just needs sleeves. It needs like here down.
It's so close.
It's so I could finish it and bring it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Realistically, no, because I have to do my give.
Yeah. Well, and this one I see
so good.
This is that Sam Knits, which I hadn't knit with before, but I am a total convert.
I love how
it's amazing. Knits. But it is. I think this is probably one of the heavier ones of the batch. So I think probably through process of elimination, this one isn't making the cut.
But it's so good. It's still so good. Yeah. I always bring this as a backup, but I don't know if I'll need it. I'm not going to talk about it. It's my Rowan Francis. I think I've tried to wear it like every year, and I don't end up wearing it, but I bring it every time. I maybe wore it a little bit last year in the rain, and then I changed again. But this is one of my patterns for Rowan. It is knit in Rowan Island Blend, which isn't available anymore, but it is nice. It's just okay, but it is a little bit lighter. If I need a lighter weight sweater, this is probably it. It's not super hot to wear. Yeah, so that's a maybe for whatever day. The last thing I'm bringing is my side tie vest for knit collage, and you saw me knit this like a couple weeks ago in basically a day, and I would just wear this over probably that jean denim button up that I wore it with in my video for that day. And this I might wear to Cake because Knit Collage is vending there, and it's fun to see them and see them wearing their stuff and then wear mine as well and see the people that the yarn came from. And it's just a really simple, almost rectangle shape with this ribbing that goes around and the little ties, and it's just really easy to throw on, and it's not too super warm if it is a hot day, but it is kind of, it's a heavy, thick knit, but if you have your arms out, it is kind of open on the sides, so
Just
I mean,
super
kind of
bulky.
like this, where it's, you know, a layer, but not all over you. Or you can put a jacket over it and it looks like a little sweater, which is kind of nice because I have a green jacket that could go over the top too that would make it look like a little orange sweater underneath there, even though it's not a full sweater. But that is my last thing. Do you have more or are you good?
No, I'm good.
You're red.
Oh, this one?
Yes.
So this
I love this.
this is the best. I don't know. I guess this is my, like, if it's hot, backup.
We have options for that.
Yeah. And
Just in
so this is, oh my gosh, I have no idea. I think it's called like that's number 3 or something. But it feels amazing. It is Knit Picks Wonder Fluff.
Yes.
Double with Woolen Vinyl. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
And
it's
both-
really soft. Oh my gosh.
yeah, the Wonder Fluff is amazing from Knit Picks. I knit another sweater in it, and I messed up and ordered the main color as the contrasting color, so I had way too much yarn. And then I had ordered the Woolen Vinyl for a Guthrie sweater, I think, and it was just too busy. There was too much going on, and so that had been hanging out in stash. So you guys can knit from stash yarn.
Yes. This feels amazing.
Not fun, but you can. It's not as fun.
It's still fun because you have a good
still fun.
stash. You have a really cool, eclectic stash of all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it takes a little more brain power to like
Put things
dive
together.
into a stash and what do I have yardage for?
Yeah. You make it work really well. This is awesome.
Yeah, that one turned out really good.
I love it. I
But-
bought the Wonder Fluff too, and I have it in green, and I want to make a cardigan.
Ooh, that would be a good cardigan.
Yeah, maybe.
It's very light. Without this double strand, it's very light
nice.
generally.
It feels like, and it's just so soft. It's like surprisingly soft.
Yeah, it's very soft.
Okay, now if you want to, we can talk about the yarn we might be looking for, like not specific, it doesn't have to be like for a certain thing, but yarn you might be shopping for when we get there.
I don't think I have yarn specific. I have projects.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Is that what you mean?
That
like
works.
projects that I'm looking for yarn for. Because I remember the first year we went, I was like, knew that I needed a plan, but didn't have a plan, and I wasn't feeling super inspired. And I remember like trying to force myself to drop a list the night before. And then last year I had a pretty, and this will probably happen this year too, I had like kind of a list, but nothing really like super that I was going after, but I had a few things in mind. And we both did. And then we got there and it just went out the window. We bought yarn for multiple sweaters that were not on our list, were not on our radar.
That was funny.
Yeah,
we couldn't even stop. We didn't stop and think. I don't know what.
We got like over inspired, I think. And that's part of the fun, right? Of seeing all of the samples knit up at booths and then seeing people wear them and see how, they look on different people's bodies. True. And then also see the alterations or the modifications that the individual knitter has made. That's where a lot of that inspiration comes from.
Sure. And you do kind of get caught up in it, whether you mean to or not.
Yeah.
You're in a special place that's so full of yarn that it's easy to get overwhelmed. It's easy to kind of lose your way. And you might, it's okay. It's all okay. Yeah. Whatever you decide to get, it's okay. I just feel bad if there's like a regret that you didn't get, but you can kind of think about it the next day. If you go to New York Sheep and Wool both days, it is nice to go back Sunday and get anything you might have wanted to sleep on. So, I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm not a very, I would say I'm like loosely organized, but I am not like a super organized knitter. But I do know that, it roughly takes 6 skeins of worsted weight yarn to knit me a sweater. Like somewhere in that, probably 5 is more realistic, but 6 is safe. So somewhere in that range If I find a yarn that I just fall in love with, I know that that's my range. But the things on my list are, I think I want to get that sock hill in the same color that you're knitting your gib in for Frisky Witch, which is a vest. I'm really into vests right now, guys, like deep into vests.
Fun.
And that's a pattern that came out by Thea Coleman last year. I'm really into Thea Coleman too right now. And cables. Her cables are just so good, and she just nails texture, I feel like, in knitwear better than, or it's like the best at getting texture in cables, right? And so that Frisky Witch pattern came out last year, and I think the sample is in like a dark gray navy, so I think that sock hill yarn would be perfect for that. It has a collar on it. I don't know if I'll do the collar, things on my neck, but it is a lot more like, I don't think majestic is the right word, but it really adds a lot to that design. So I'll probably start with the big collar and then pare it back from there.
Yeah.
And then
It's
so
a
that's
sleeveless,
the
like this,
yes.
like kind of a sleeveless over a long sleeve.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Definitely more of like a fitted vest type of thing.
But you can look at your yardage and figure out, because we won't need your full sweater, our normal 6 skeins that we seem to get every year.
Yeah, somewhere in that probably 3 to 4 range, I would think. But cables eat up so much yarn that I'll have to do a little bit of work on that to figure out my yardage.
You can always make a hat,
Yeah, right.
Another hat.
Add it to the extras. Well, and I think too, for me, it's good to have a loose plan, because one, you talked about getting overwhelmed, and I either get overwhelmed and buy 18 single skeins with no plan, or I get overwhelmed and I don't buy anything. And
which feels bad too.
Yes. Yeah, because you pass up so much lovely yarn, but I just like shut down if I don't have ideas. Like, if I get overwhelmed, all the ideas leave. Like, I've never knit anything in my life. I don't know what I'm doing.
Forget everything I've seen on Instagram every single day.
Yeah.
It's weird how that happens. That happens to me too.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with a single skein, but I have found throughout my 20th year of knitting.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
That's amazing.
It'll be 20 years.
It's your anniversary.
I know. I learned to knit after I was working campaigns in 2004.
Whoa.
And it was after, if anyone remembers 2004, it was a really rough loss. Being that in the campaign, it was really hard. And I was really young, so I didn't know that everything might be okay.
Wow.
I mean, I think we could argue if things are okay, but, relatively they are okay. We have managed the past 20 years, but knitting really helped me. And so I always remember that. And so anyway, over my 20 years, side note, I guess, I have learned that I do not do well with single skein purchases. Unless I really fall in love with them, I have trouble putting them into a project.
Yeah.
Or, whenever you find that project, you need 2 or 3 skeins and you can't get it and all of that. So it's better to have a plan. So other things on my list is the gib. I'm very inspired by Jen.
Yay.
Those, we talked about it last year, and I think I had gib on my list when you bought gib.
You were looking at the Thea Coleman, and I was looking at gib, and I bought that yarn for gib. I'll get it out because it's right here. You can keep talking.
Yeah, I got caught up in the Kava Thea Coleman sweater and bought yarn for that. And, we can only buy so much yarn when we're at Rhinebeck for multiple reasons.
Right.
One, we haven't won the lottery, so we do have to shop on a rough budget. I don't have a budget, but I have an idea of how much money I can spend. And then also we always ship yarn home, so we have to be careful of how much we're buying so we can get it home. But so I've got Frisky Witch on my radar. I've got gib on my radar.
What color? You would do that color in gib? Or no?
I don't know. Probably
that was
best
Frisky
color. Witch. Yeah.
best color is that?
Yep. And I want Sock Hill for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It feels, I think Sock Hill would be amazing for the gift, but I feel like maybe I should diversify my yarn purchases
True.
instead of spending
Spread
all
it
of my
out.
money at one booth. But, you know, it might happen. We'll see.
Right.
And then we've been talking about cardigans
Yes.
for this season. And instead of just knitting all of the sweaters, right, I kind of looked at my yarn cabinet or my sweater cabinet, and I am missing hand knit cardigans. So when maybe 10 years ago, I was on a cardigan kick and kind of got over it and haven't really returned. And I think that I should probably knit just like a square neck, just real basic, simple cardigan. And Jen had mentioned the Felix cardigan, which is an oldie but a goodie.
Yes. Everybody loves that. The pullover and the cardigan.
Yeah, I think that's been in my Ravelry for a long time, and it, you know, they get lost and you don't return. So I want to keep an eye out for that, and that I think probably is just going to be a real basic,
worsted.
neutral type worsted. Yeah, nothing. I don't think I want gray. I think I want something a little bit more interesting than a gray.
Mm-hmm.
Really into pink right now, but not like a neutral pink, right? Like a coral or a rosy or dark mauvey or something in that realm. And then I want, and I should have looked this up, but I want to knit, I've had it on my list for a long time and I've been gathering yarn, but the Lark Boggart.
Oh, yes.
The original crazy sweater, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she recommends doing a base color to pull it all together. And I saw a knitter had done that sweater, but she used like a rosy pink. And
Throughout.
that I need that. I gotta have it. That was her base color, and it's just magic. It looks so good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So kind of keeping my eye out for that. And then I should have looked up the name of that. The new Boylan Knits.
Yes.
Sweater
real
pattern
graphic.
that just came out. It's so good.
It is so good. I think
It's
that's
so good.
worsted too, right?
I
Or is
think
that
so.
DK?
I think it's worsted.
That's such a good one.
Yeah. And so that's the last thing on my list. Obviously, I am not, or maybe not obviously, but I am not going to buy yarn for all of
Everything?
these. I'll probably buy 2 sweaters worth or a vest, 2 garments worth, and maybe some hat yarn or a couple single skeins, something like that. And I want to buy single minis for sock yarn for heels and toes. I want some bright fluorescence. That's what I'm really missing. But I think that's kind of what is on my radar, I guess. So when I'm looking at yarn and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing, but I have nothing to knit. What is that? Is it nude?
It's the first weekend of a new month, and that's our tornado siren. It's just a test. This is only a test
Of our emergency broadcast.
for our emergency broadcast system. Is this regional, or does this happen everywhere? But we have a test every first Saturday of the month at noon. So we'll take a little break. So that was, I think you have a really good list and a good plan and a good thing to look at in case you come across yarn and you're like, what do I do? That happens all the time. I swear when we get there, we're like, what could we do with this? So that's a good
yarn.
Yeah. Whoa. How unexpected. Okay, I have kind of a big list, but it's because it's been going, I've added to it for many years, I think. Things I've always been looking for are patterns that have been in my queue for a long time. But I'm kind of looking for some DK because there's an Isabel Kramer sweater called Norderny that I've been wanting to make for a long time, and it has some cables. It's very classic, but I think it should be something like the Sock Hill yarn where the cables will show. And so, but it needs to be a DK, but I've got my yardage for that. My friend at Murky Depths has a new citron yarn they dyed on their sheepy base. And I know she's going to be at India Untangled. I just want to see that in person, and I might want that. I saw my friend Christine Minnie Mobius got some at a recent show she was at. And so she was like, Jen, look for the citron. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on it. So I'm going to look at that at India Untangled. I want the Arnica Knit and Pearl Staff from Utopia Bath products, like Utopia, like they have lotions
yeah.
and all these different soaps, I think, too. But there is an arnica knit and pearl salve that helps with like knitting pain.
That's good. I have
In
to
your
re-up
wrists.
on all of my hand lotion.
Yeah,
They
it is
have
always
the
fun.
best. The best.
I love her products, and I love getting little soaps and little like knitting balms for your bag for the next year. That's always like a little treat, and like a little bit of soak wash.
Yep.
We both love like those little extras. It's just kind of fun to shop for that stuff. I kind of want Peace Fleece for another $19.99 sweater, although it is a little bit thicker, so I might go down a size. So I'm not totally sure. I might want to do a solid, or I might pick 2 colors and stripe those, but I really want a Peace Fleece sweater. I'm going to look for sure at Sockhill, and I'm going to get 6 skeins of worsted, maybe in the green. There's like a really good olive green and a really good forest green. They have 2 greens that are dyed on a lighter base and a darker base. So there's like 2 slight variations in their greens, and I love them both. I remember every time in person I hold them both, and I can't decide. So I think I want to pick one this year. Or their grayish color that you've used.
Yeah.
Or there's like an orangey.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Their orange
So
is really good.
every time I see it in person, I don't know what to do, but I kind of want the green. But I'm going to get Sockhill for sure. There's a sweater by Isabel Kramer again called Michiel, and it would work for that. And it's a very textury, there's like bands of different textures going across, and that would work for that worsted. I have the yardage for that. Wing and a Prayer, I want to look at their Shetland singles or their Clun Forest yarn. I really like that one.
I remember looking at that last year.
It feels
and I almost,
good.
yeah.
And it's just in that cream natural color. I thought about getting yarn for the Weekender Crew. I think that's been on my list for a couple years.
That was on your list last year.
I think it was. And that's DK. I want 2 colors of Lopi to make this mitten and hat set by Helene Magnuson. There's the checkered mitts that are real Icelandic looking, and then there's a hat that is called the Vestider fur. And so I think I want black and oatmeal Lopi, 2 skeins of each color to make the hat and mittens. I want to make a Ridari, which is a very classic Icelandic sweater too that everybody's made for years. It's like a really well-known one.
That one's great.
I want to do like oatmeal heather, black and brown heather, and then like a gold yellow or a chartreuse and cream. But I might look for my Lopi at, I always forget what it's called. Perfect Blend.
Yeah.
In Saugerties, our first stop. I at least want to get the hat and mittens Lopi there because I know they have Lopi. Remember, I got
they
some
have so
last
much
year.
Lopi. Yeah.
I got blue for another sweater that I wanted to get. And then I just have a list of other sweaters. It goes on and on, honestly. There is a petite knit Monday sweater I've been wanting to make. And that might be if we go to a Brooklyn yarn store in New York City. We maybe want to go to Brooklyn General. We want to check out Cleo's Yarn Shop. Give us all the Brooklyn ideas. If you're from there or if you're familiar, give us all the ideas for our Brooklyn days. We added on a couple days at the end, so we definitely want to hit up yarn shops and then just do whatever else that's fun. We love flea markets and secondhand stores. We love any of that kind of stuff. Food, coffee recommendations, list below, please. And then there's Deegan sweaters I want to make. So there's an eyeball sweater. There is the 6 of Daisies cardigan. I love that. And then there's one called the bind off sweater, and there's bind off little holes all throughout, but in like a really graphic way, and it's really cool. And I'm gonna stop there because I have so many, it's ridiculous. But that's just like, again, not buying for all of that. There's no way. But if I see a really good DK and it fits one of those, or a really good worsted and it fits one of those, I'll, not be blindly purchasing or blindly not purchasing because I don't know what to do. So at least I have quantities and yardage there just in case I find the perfect thing. That's like our way of not planning, but having some kind of something to look at. And I have that in my notes app on my phone. That's how I store things, but I could write it down.
And I'm old school, so I'll have a piece of paper that is floating around in the bottom of my purse.
Yeah. We saw our friend Kristen, in Minnesota. It's her podcast is called Where We Knit. You can go check her out. She's awesome. She has the most detailed smart way I've ever seen of shopping at Rhinebeck. And if she's looking for like colors that match, she will wind swatches around a clothespin. She can take something and get a matching color to go with her color work. She has like a very detailed, amazing way of organizing her shopping, which is way more than us. But I love that idea stuff too. So share how you do this kind of thing, because I think a lot of us are going to yarn festivals these days, and it is easy to go overwhelmed and not know what you're doing when you get there. Yeah,
her yarn wrapping way around the clothespin is amazing and such a good tip that I'll never use. But it is so good. I'll just buy 18 of the same color that's the wrong color, like that pink, it's just almost pink. I'll just, it's one of those things I never learned. But that's, you accept things about yourself.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to prepare like that. That's not who I am.
It's not our shopping style.
Hers is way more responsible, though.
But we respect it.
Yes.
We admire it.
Absolutely. Oh, admire it 100%. Oh my gosh. I would love to be that organized.
I know. Ugh. Yeah. But we have our way, and this is our way. And we at least have lists. I mean, we have something to look at, even if we're still confused.
Yeah. Giving tips for when people are at Rhinebeck, like when you're at the Sheep and Wool Festival?
Number one is comfortable footwear. I think that's my number one thing.
Yeah.
You're going to walk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Comfortable boots or shoes. It can be tennis shoes. It can be, we love Blundstones because they're very like shock absorbing, and they're good for any weather.
Yeah.
They held up in the rain last year. We wore them every day. They're good in the mud. You can wipe them off.
And I think that this was one of your tips from the first year that we went, but bring different shoes. So like if your Blundstones are super comfortable, you love them, don't just bring them though, because your feet are going to get tired of that shoe. And I know it's really weird, but it's nice to have multiple different pairs of comfortable shoes so you can swap out. And don't bring the fashionable ones.
Right. It doesn't matter.
Some middle-aged ladies.
Nobody cares about your fashionable, cute shoes.
They are looking at your knitwear. They're not looking at your shoes.
I mean, go for it if you are, I don't know, tough. But yeah, I always bring these New Balance and Blundstones. And between those two, I think I'm pretty good. I would like to bring more and have more options, but I'm already a heavy packer as it is. But those two cover me really well. Or like we both have Vans that are very reliable, because we also have to do New York City walking. And so we need to switch back and forth then also, because then we're really walked out by the time we get there. We track it and we go, that one day was like 8 miles or 9.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't stop us. We're never going to stop.
Yeah. I would say bring a reusable bag.
Yes.
So we always have our bagus.
Mm-hmm. That's really smart.
They fold up. You can just toss them in your bag. They're always in my bag for groceries and things like that. But I would say that's super helpful.
For groceries at the Airbnb too. We're going to pick up food and make stuff ourselves at our Airbnb. And then we've got shopping bags for that, and for yarn, and for souvenirs, and anything else we find along the way. Yeah. So
and I think maybe the other thing would be bring snacks. So everyone is going to go and eat at noon. And then those food lines get so long.
True.
But if you can bring a granola bar, I don't know, an apple or something in your bag, then you can make it. If you can make it to like 2 o'clock, the lines they really decrease a fair amount.
That is very true.
Not that apple donut line though.
No.
That's always long.
That's always long. And so just pick a time and go stand in the line, get your donuts. Yep. It's okay. Yeah. Knit in line. And they always have that little scavenger hunt sheet you can do. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But it is worth it to get a donut, but it doesn't have to be first thing unless you want to be. Pre-order your merch if you're getting merch and pick it up. Don't wait in that line too. And then all those bags were sold out last year. I remember people were mad.
That was a rough line last year.
We've never really, we've skipped that every time kind of. That one time we just picked ours up right away.
Yeah, that was really nice the first year.
Mm-hmm. It was really quick. Yeah. But yeah, pre-order when you can, I think. Bring cash if you can, which also keeps you on a little bit of a budget. Mm-hmm. Some of the card machines don't work. Not always, but
it's just nice to have a backup because, you never know what everyone's accepting.
Yeah. And the cash keeps me in my, I know exactly how much is in there and I know how much is left, and then that is that. But yeah, the snack thing, I just bought a whole box of Kind bars. We always bring vitamin C for
Yep.
emergency because you don't want to get sick. We mask up at the airport.
Yep.
We got vaccinated. We're both vaxxed.
I'm going to start wearing my mask at work because I work with the public. So I'll start
Sure.
wearing my mask probably like a week out when I'm around the public, just
to be safe.
because we planned and saved for the trip all year long, and it would be so devastating if something happened and it got in the way. So I just would rather be safe than sorry, but that's to each their own. I also don't want to get sick while we're there and then you're
Right.
sick like not at home.
Yeah.
I mean, Jen's a mom, so she would take great care of me, but
I
I
would.
don't want to be sick not at home.
We don't want to do that.
That sounds awful.
But yeah, last year we took those gross emergencies. I got like the wrong kind, the chewable ones that make you like shiver.
Yep.
We took them every morning. I think we both had allergies. Remember, we had like a little, and we were scared, but we weren't sick. We were actually fine. But we just took the emergency just in case. And I think it does help boost you a little bit because you're tired from traveling and all that.
Yep.
What's our other tips? I feel like we know so many, but I don't know. We go with the flow.
Yeah,
Let
just
your
be
day
chill.
take you where it takes you. Go see the, we love the Leaping Llamas. We love the alpaca parade.
The parade.
The
I think that
goats.
might be my big tip.
I
is
love
the
that.
parade. Oh my gosh.
It-
But I love a llama.
Yeah.
I cannot get enough llamas.
She
in
works
my
with
life.
them a lot, and yeah, we visit them at the farm here too. And then that's really short. You can just you don't have to like take your whole day. You know, it just is a little thing in the middle of the day. I do not remember what time it happens. Do you remember? But it's on their schedule, or they're going to be posting the schedule soon. And
Double
have-
check, because we could be wrong.
yeah, right. And then they have the sheepdog thing, which we haven't really watched a whole lot of, but you'll see it. You'll see all this in passing as well.
We watched it a little bit that first year. You were busy doing designer things. But it's really fun. I mean, those animals and those trainers work so hard to train them, and yeah, it's great. It's magical.
I admire all of it. Yeah. All the booths. You don't have to get through the whole thing, but I mean, you can try. Good luck.
Yeah.
We try to see it all. There's so much, and all the animals, all the beautiful sheep breeds that you might have never seen before. That's the first time I'd seen a lot of that. Of those animals. They're beautiful, and then you get to see where it comes from. And then like Wing and a Prayer, Tammy does a little talk with her sheep and explains a lot about their farm life and their breeds, and you can go learn a lot about that and the farming in that area and where your yarn comes from. That's all really interesting, and it is fun to get a souvenir from that yarn and make a sweater for the next year. That's kind of what we've been accidentally doing. It's fun.
Yeah. It's a good, I mean, again, it's a good story. It's really important to be connected to where your fiber comes from and to make sure that those animals are loved and ethically treated. And I think that's something that I really love about these festivals is you can really see the love between the shepherds and the farmers, between them and their animals. And it's just really magical.
For sure. And then you can follow them on Instagram and get to know all their animals all year long and see everything that they're doing. And you do really see the love and care and time and everything.
It's a
The
lot
good
of
and
work.
the ups and downs and a farm life, because there is some real, hard times that they have too. And it's a commitment, but they do a beautiful job, especially Tammy at Wing and a Prayer. If you don't follow her yet,
Oh my gosh.
she does a great job telling the whole story and showing every part of their life. And she has some beautiful sheep.
She was just at Wool Week.
Yes.
My God, talk about dreams.
No kidding.
Oh, it looks like they're having an amazing time.
What an adventure.
And we have to find that, the hat. Gudrun's new hat.
Gudrun's new hat kit.
It's
We would
pink.
like
Everyone
to
pink.
find that.
So good.
That would be a good one.
I just need a store to package that up for me. I don't want to change
There you
a
go.
thing.
They might at Brooklyn General.
I know. I'm just waiting. It's
Or
really
at that-
soon.
Yeah, we'll find that. We'll
Someone
figure
will
that
have
out.
it. It's coming.
Or we could put it together. They do have a Jameson Smith stand where we could plan and pick colors and be ready.
I don't want to pick my own colors.
Or we could do that. We could
Guys,
do that.
that's where I fall apart.
We could do that on the airplane or in the airport while we're sitting there. We can look at colors.
Yeah. With you.
I would
You
love
can
to help. I would love to
Oh,
help.
good. Like, I get so overwhelmed with colors.
No, that's real.
And how they all play well with each other. That's not my strong point.
I think you do great, especially with your mixing of your stash. When you-
I have some help.
Oh, yeah,
I do
right.
okay. But it's when you're getting like 4 or 5 colors together that I really get lost. because it's like, oh, these look great to me, you know, and Ian's like, no, this is illegal. They're on the wrong side of the wheel. They're not complimentary.
Oh, I love that. That's fun. Love
Yeah, he gets real deep in the theory of why my ideas won't work.
But yeah, when you're faced with like you had a wall of piece fleece in every color, or a Jameson Smith, and you see all of them together, it is like debilitating where you cannot choose.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go in with our plans though, and I can't wait. I'm so excited already.
Yes.
It's coming so fast now.
It's coming so fast.
We wait all year, and then here it is. Yeah. Now we just have to pack. I have to finish my gib.
You have to finish your gib. Yeah.
I think I can do it. I have to finish the body by Monday. I'm on track. Then the sleeves. I have a little over a week for the last part of it, just in case. If I have a buffer built in.
Yeah. I think you can do it.
I think I can do it.
You are close, and you're motivated, and you love the deadline.
It's within reach.
I think you're going to do it.
Yeah. I think that's all we have for our Rhinebeck tips and advice and planning and sweater ideas. And thanks for hanging out with us in my backyard. I hope it doesn't sound too windy. I think it's fine. Anything else you want to add, or is that it?
I don't think so. I mean, just reiterate, go with the flow. You'll have mishaps, but you just laugh at them and move on. And yeah, I mean, there's yarn, so whatever happens, it can't be that bad.
You'll have fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I think it is better to go in with no expectations, like you say, and just enjoy it, go with the flow, and have fun. It's going to be fun. It's so much fun.
It's going to be great.
And if you're not going, I will do a big recap next week, maybe for 2 weeks. There's going to be a week off while we are there. I'm not going to do anything while we're there. I'm just going to record stuff while we're there. And then I'll do a recap when we get back. We might do a little recap in our Airbnb and talk about what we bought or what we saw or what we wore. We kind of did that last year. If you want to go see those videos, I have a whole Rhinebeck playlist. You can see all our past Rhinebecks. There should be at least 4 or 5 of them, I believe, there. And I normally post a new video every Saturday morning, and there'll be one that's skipped, but then it'll continue when we get back. And like and subscribe if you want to see all of that. Click the notification bells, and you'll get to see when a new video pops up. And I think that's it. And the next time we see you, we'll be in New York and then New York City, and we cannot wait. We're so excited already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.